Greetings, and welcome to A Year of Movies, a Planet Geek production. For this project, we are using the Ivan Walters reference book of 365 films to watch on the day they happened. Each day, we watch a movie associated with the date we are watching it on. Alright, and as it is the 28th of May, we are going to be watching Dazed and Confused from 1993, directed by Richard Linklater and starring Jason London. So upon its original release, I was definitely aware of the existence of this movie, but I don't believe that I got to see it in the theater when it originally came out. I believe I did happen to see it on either early VHS or probably early DVD when it was released, but yeah, that was my first experience seeing it, and I have seen it several times since then. And like I had already mentioned, not only does this movie star Jason London, but it also stars Willie Wiggins, Rory Cochrane, Matthew McConaughey, Parker Posey, Milla Jovovich, Ben Affleck, and Sasa Jensen. So to begin with, this is actually to encompass this whole entire thing. This is one of those coming-of-age types of movies where it follows the mayhem and of a group of rowdy teenagers in Austin, Texas, celebrating the last day of school in 1976. After the cancellation of a big-time house party, the actual graduating class heads to a popular pool hall and joins an impromptu keg party. However, one of the star football players of Randall Pink Floyd, played by Jason London, is toiling with a promissory note to focus on the championship series of next year and abstain from partying starting at the end of that school year. Meanwhile, the incoming freshmen try to avoid being hazed by the seniors, most notably the sadistic bully, Fred O'Banion, played by Ben Affleck. So this is a fantastic ensemble cast, and it's the type of storytelling that really is well done when it's done in this format, where you have several characters and several different storylines that eventually collide into one event and then spring off into whatever happens afterwards and all that. And this is a perfect example of that. This version of a look back at late 70s high school kids is pretty much like the 70s looking back at American Graffiti from George Lucas, looking back at the 50s, their perspective and all that sort of thing. So we're dealing with a 90s look back at the 70s, and it's just so beautifully done. We have some great young and up-and-coming actors that are just getting known, and from this point go hell and high water into their careers and all that sort of thing, which is fantastic to see, especially when so many of them have such baby faces in this version of the movie. But it is, all in all, it's one of those types of movies. It's a fantastic look at a group of characters just existing. We're dealing with just over a day and a bit in the life of all these characters, and how well of a story is constructed from so many loose ends. It's just a fantastic movie to watch. And that final day of school happens to be May 28th, 1976, and which just is less than a minute into this 1 hour and 42-minute movie. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this particular episode and look off into the future to see what we're going to be watching for tomorrow for the 29th of May, and that is the FBI story from 1959. So until next time, go see a movie.